episode is episode 30 for Qing Chun Chuang Shi. And that is translated into something like this. So now we are in episode 30, where next we're going to continue with Alliance Talk. Duran Ran is having a meeting with Chen Lang, and he's talking to him about how they can get everybody to agree with him to make sure that the alliance is going to be united for the streaming alliance to be against whatever the apparel alliance wants. Well, Duran Ran doesn't agree with what Chen Lang thinks. So after we skip from that, we go to Susu is on a date, and Lucy is following her on that date. He pretends to get vermicelli. You already know those are noodles, famous noodles. And she sees him and she thinks she's crazy, but she's not crazy. So Susu decides to go outside after seeing that the guy is kind of creepy. And the guy says she has to withdraw her spending. But I don't understand why you will withdraw your spending. When you get married, it's a partnership. It's 50-50. So then she goes outside and he says he can buy her some more food. I thought it was so cute because they're hilarious. Like, seriously hilarious. And it's like, can these two get together already? So then we go back to the episode and Chen Lang does a favor for Ru live. And he offers to give them clothing so that they have clothing for the next live stream. I don't know if you're allowed to do that or not. We're going to find out. So when we get back to it, my mom's talking to me because she's so excited that I'm finally taping something. I'm sorry. There was like a whole different thing. Let's go back to the drama. So Duran Ran is having a dinner with several of the live streamers in Chen Lang, and they're discussing their strategy to face off against the Apparel Alliance. And everything is going well and good, and they're all in good spirits. Then we go to a romantic sit-down date with Xi, and they're talking about their concerns for the day and voicing feelings that they're having. And so I was so excited. I had to go back and really look and see. And there were 3 important things that happened on this date episode with Duran Ran and Xi. Well, number 1 is he was kind of telling her how he was feeling, but he kind of backed away because he saw how happy and relaxed she was. And he's been drinking a lot, Duran Ran. Because when you have business meetings, a lot of people like to drink. Jian is also having business meetings. We don't really see her meetings, but she's a beast when she has meetings. She has several connections that we meet through surprise as episodes go on. So Duran Ran is gifted a pretty fat cat by Xi, and she says, it's usually for girls, that's what he says, but she says it's something for him that can keep him company. And he falls asleep on her shoulder. It's a really cute moment. And I just love when we at least get 2 to 3 seconds of it, because we don't really get that with the OTPs after they got together in episode 23 or 24. I mean, One True Parent is OTP. So then the next day, Chen Lang and Duran Ran are having another planning meeting. And then something big has happened. Jae-yoon asks Mr. Fi's boyfriend if he would like to work for them because he's always at the company. He knows how to make clothes, and he's really good at recording and haggling prices. All around, he is just like full of surprises. Like when you're watching episodes, he's so helpful. Episode 29, I felt like you got to see the rest of the streamers' backbone. So he says he will love it, but he will want a part-time, not a full-time job, because he loves helping her. He's not really interested in working for Ru Live. So I really appreciated that. So then we are going to be skipping ahead now because this is when the real nonsense really starts. Duran Ran and Chen Lang are starting to see how hard it is to get people to support them, and they're really at a stance of what to do next. Chen Lang is ready to give up, and Duran Ran is ready to go in for the kill, meaning he doesn't want to give up. He cannot come up with a solution. And then they come up with another idea to try to make it easier. And it does look easier, but there's a catch to it. So now Chen Lang comes to Ru Live and he drops off some packages. I mentioned this before, but I'm going to give more detailed information about this. Packages she accepted from Cloud Live. So Jin is very happy, and the girls are very happy because they have no work since the Apparel Alliance does not want retail to have clothing that is name brand. So they can only really sell clothing that is not name brand, or if they have stock and it's just like approved by them. It's a lot of implementations that they're talking about, like special configurations. Like it's a lot of business talk that they're talking about the next 6 episodes. So he starts to romance her and talking, and they're flirting, and I think it's hilarious and I love it. And then all I'm thinking is, what is up this man's sleeve? Because he is a puppet. I'm finally effectively seeing that he is a puppet. He does not own anything. He thinks he owns everything, but there's a lot of power plays happening. So Duran is having a meeting with his dad, Mr. Duran. I call him, you already know his nickname is Ran Ran. And the dad is the president of the Apparel Alliance, and he says that he's going to go to bat for him, but he needs Ran Ran to bring everybody together. So Ran Ran is setting up a meeting to bring everybody together. And that's when we're leewaying into the next episode, and we get the next drop that's being dropped. And the ball that's being dropped is that if they do not get the Apparel Alliance to agree with them and implement their sales, they basically will not be able to sell any designer clothing at all, only factory. And the problem with that is they have to be in connection with multiple factories, and a lot of factories do not want to sell to them because they have connections with Cloud Life. They do not want to sell to Rue Life. So essentially, Rue Life has not been streaming because they don't have product to sell. So now, when we get back to the next day, after Qian takes Jianyun and the girls out, and they're speaking about things that they want and things that they hope happen, and they're being courageous about what's to come, Qian has it out with Duran Ran because he finds out that his father is the president of the Apparel Alliance. And Ran Ran did not know that this was true. So what I told you before, Ran Ran didn't know that his dad was the head of the Apparel Alliance. So Ran Ran talks to his father because his father is a very good mediator, and his father likes to see everything done for both ends to make money. So Qian says he doesn't know if he can trust him, and he confides in Jia Yun that he doesn't know if he can trust him to do the right thing. And he's not sure about this for the simple fact of the matter of what happened with him before. But this just makes me question, how can you feel that way when you're the one that left your company that you started to get bigger ownership, but you only got 20%. Then you started another company called Cloud Life where you're just the minion and you're making money, and you're missing the whole point of why you're not being successful in business, because it's not just about you. So then this is the moment I was dying to tell everybody about, but I wanted to wait because I needed to see the other 4 episodes to see what's coming next. Ran Ran goes into a jewelry store. It's called I Do. And he's looking at a ring in the window. And then he goes inside the jewelry store. And they don't show us anything about what he's doing with the jewelry. The episode cuts off. And we end with Jae-yoon talking to Qian. So we know Ran Ran went inside the jewelry store. But what's coming next? Did he buy the ring for her? What ring did he buy for her? So next up, I'm going to be recapping 31 through 36. I'm cutting it into small bits because I think it's so much better. I know you can kill me. I'm going to try to put them together. But yes. I'm so excited. But good. I'm just loving the fact that Cece and Ran Ran are a real couple, but they're really like supportive of each other. And I especially love the fact that they're both going through struggles. Cece is actually being bullied by one of the managers in the mall because her sister-in-law didn't get a job. So Cece actually is cleaning the mall, which is not in the employee handbook. That's a form of bullying. And she's taking it in stride because she's realizing how much she loves her coworkers. It's not about her. It's about their brand and also just making sure that they're happy. It's just something that's that person's problem, not hers.